The Dr. Ray Podcast is a co-production of Ave Maria Radio and EWTN Radio. Here's today's monologue with Dr. Ray Guarendi.
This is a bit of a tradition that I do, and the way I'm going right now, it's probably going to squeeze out my opening monologue. But I get a lot of requests for it, and before I even say a word, I want to say you have to look it up. I don't have the staff to send you copies. People say, can you send me a copy of that? I can't. This is a speculative conversation between God and St. Francis. God speaks first. St. Francis, you know all about gardens and nature. What's going on down there in the USA? What happened to the dandelions, the violets, the thistle, the stuff I started eons ago? I had a perfect, no-maintenance garden plan. Those plants grow in any kind of soil, withstand drought, and multiply with abandon. The nectar from the long-lasting blossoms attracts butterflies, honeybees, and flocks of songbirds. I expected to see a vast garden of colors by now, but all I see are these green rectangles. St. Francis says, it's the tribes that settled there, Lord, the suburbanites. They started calling your flowers weeds and went to great lengths to kill them and replace them with grass. God says grass. But it's so boring, it's not colorful, doesn't attract butterflies, birds, bees, only grubs and sodworms. It's temperamental with temperatures. Do these suburbanites really want all that grass growing there? Apparently so, Lord. They go to great pains to grow it and to keep it green. They begin each spring by fertilizing grass and poisoning any other plant that crops up in the lawn. Well, Francis, the spring rains and warm weather probably make the grass grow really fast. That must make the suburbanites happy. Apparently not, Lord. As soon as it grows a little, they cut it. Sometimes twice a week. They cut it. Do they then bale it like hay? Not exactly, Lord. Most of them rake it up and put it in bags. They bag it. Why? Is it a cash crop? Do they sell it? No, sir. Just the opposite. They pay to throw it away. Francis, let me get this straight. They fertilize the grass so it will grow. And when it does grow, they cut it off, and they pay to throw it away. Yes, sir. These suburbanites must be relieved in the summer when we cut back on the rain and we turn up the heat. Now, that surely slows the growth and saves them a lot of work, right? Well, Lord, not quite. When the grass stops growing so fast, they drag out hoses, and they pay more money to water it so they can continue to mow it and pay to get rid of it. What? Well, at least they kept some of the trees. Now, that was a stroke of genius, if I do say so myself. The trees grow leaves in the spring to provide beauty and shade in the summer. In the autumn, they fall to the ground. They form a natural blanket to keep moisture in the soil to protect the trees and bushes. Plus, as they rot, the leaves form compost to enhance the soil. It's a natural circle of life. Well, Lord, the suburbanites have drawn a new circle. As soon as the leaves fall, they rake them into big piles, and they pay to have them hauled away. What do they do to protect the shrub and the tree roots in the winter and to keep the soil moist and loose? Well, after throwing away the leaves, they go out and they buy something they call mulch. They haul it home, and they spread it around in place of the leaves. And where do they get this mulch? They cut down trees and grind them up to make the mulch. I see, said God. You know, put that way, it really does sound pretty dumb, doesn't it? It's like, okay, let's make it grow. I'm going to then cut it, and then I'm going to put it in bags, and I'm going to have it hauled away. And then if it gets dry, I'm going to get water, and then I'll make it grow some more. And then when the leaves fall, I'll rake all them up and drag them away. But then I got to go out and buy some mulch because I got to lay that down. Oh, gee.
More of Dr. Ray's monologues can be found on his website, drray.com. Monologues as well as full-length programs of The Doctor Is In can be heard at AveMariaRadio.net and EWTN.com/radio.